What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Extra video today just to go over the market, to let you know how things are looking at the moment. If you appreciate that, please like the video, comment something under the video. It doesn't matter what, but it helps for the algorithm. So just say hi or anything like that. I just want to take a look at the market because people are like feeling kind of FOMO right now. And why are people feeling kind of FOMO right now? Well, the sentiment is kind of changing from what I noticed. And that's just because we had this little pump right here. This little pump. It's like a wrapper, but it's not like really that interesting yet. The market is still making lower lows and lower highs. So as far as I know, Bitcoin hasn't, it's not out of the bear market yet. So I would like to take a look at altcoins, at the Bitcoin dominance, at Bitcoin itself, and a couple of bottom indicators maybe to show you what I'm looking at the moment. So for now, do I have this somewhere? No, I don't have it. No, I don't have it. Fuck that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel. I wanted to show my channel, but you know how it is. You're already here. Let's start with the DXY. The DXY is something we want to see go down if we want Bitcoin to go up. Very short-sighted, let's put it like that. The DXY has been breaking down since a long time right now, since October and September. And we are in this range right now between 105 and 103 basically. And we just had a, yesterday we had slight of a pump, like, well, a pretty big pump for one day, to be honest. And now it's coming down again. So the DXY is stuck within this range. Where does it go if it breaks to the upside or the downside? If it breaks to the upside, then I think that we can see the DXY go to around 107, 108. Worst case scenario, we're going to retest this diagonal line again, and that's not good. If we, sorry, I'm short-breaded. If we, sickness. If we break to the downside, however, then I think it is possible we could go down to around 102, depending on when we break down, of course, because that's this trend line that we have been holding since June 2021, right? So that's 1.5 years ago already. So the DXY is very important in this one. Stocks and crypto are still correlated. It doesn't matter how bad you do not want them to be, it's still the case. And if we take a look how that's looking, very simple, lower highs, still lower highs. We had a high right here in December 2021 when the bear market started. Lower high, lower high, lower high, right? So that's simply just what it is. So this doesn't suggest that the bear market is over. We might go down to around 3,700, and I hope for a decent bounce around that area and that it could take crypto up with it as well. Bitcoin, I really, quickly showed you, still as well, high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and we just made a new lower high. Yeah, and usually after these lower highs come lower lows. So we'll have to see. I mean, it's definitely, so far, the trend since 13 months is that we make a lower low, and that would put Bitcoin somewhere in the bottom side of $15,000. I can promise you if that happens, I'm gonna buy a lot of Bitcoin because I do think that the bottom is pretty near, though. I can show you I can show you a couple of indicators that are pretty important as well. Shout out to Benjamin Cohen for making this dashboard. Really useful stuff. So if we take a look at this, the total risk for Bitcoin is at the moment at 0.15, and the lowest we have been was here, 0.1. Usually in a bear market, here we came to, well, almost zero, just zero. Here also we peaked at, or we dipped at around zero. This bear market we also almost dipped around zero. So we're still sitting way higher than that, mainly because of the social metrics. People are still subscribing too much to this channel. Goddamn, stop that. Thank you. So, no, not this channel, but it's true, because if we turn off the social metrics, you see this coming down a lot. We're still not there. Even with just the price and the on-chain data, we're still too high. So let that be said. But the social metrics are playing a big role in that. But is Bitcoin the one that has to drive the market to its cycle lows? No, not necessarily, because I showed you this before as well, the logarithmic regression band. If you take a look at where Bitcoin is sitting, Bitcoin is in the basement of it, man. It's even below the regression band. It never went below it. It's always in it, but not below it. So Bitcoin is definitely sitting at levels where, you know, it's supposed to be in the, you know, around the bottom of a bear market. Sorry, how come that? I'm sure I've read it. But Ethereum is doing something completely different, right? Ethereum is sitting way above it still. It hasn't even touched it. It's what it always does in a bear market. So Ethereum still has a long way down to go if we have to believe, you know, what we are seeing here, basically. Also, if we look at the altcoin market, so everything gone, but just the market cap 6, and that's no Bitcoin, no Ethereum, but also no stables, right? This is purely the altcoin market. If we look where we topped in 2021, it was around $1 trillion market cap, right? We are now sitting at 200 million. So it's weird to think that overall altcoins went down 5 times. Not my altcoins. It's what it is. Altcoins are overall, the total altcoin market cap went down like that just 5 times, man. And I think it still has a long way down to go. If we look at this bear market, it had 400 billion, give or take. The low was around 40 billion. Which was 10 times as low, right? Altcoins still are, you know, supposed to take a big hit, and it lines up with the Bitcoin dominance, because the Bitcoin dominance, again, guys, it is sitting at low levels. Yes, today and yesterday, we're seeing good altcoin pumps. Definitely, Solana, it's doing great, right? But of course, we always have these little rallies and these altcoins that pop and all that. But overall, if you zoom out and you look at the market in general, you see that the Bitcoin dominance is just sitting at like ridiculously low levels, right? So I rather have no altcoins, but have you know, cash, and if not cash, I rather have Bitcoin in that case, because altcoins are just likely to go down on their Bitcoin pair. Now, if you zoom in a little bit, we broke this trend line right here. We came down, and it looks like I've drawn this line like you saw me draw it on a couple of videos ago, right? Look where it tested. Look where it tested. Isn't this perfect or what? It's perfect. So it looks like, okay, cool, altcoins, they went up against their Bitcoin pair, right? And Bitcoin also went up. So altcoins also went up in dollar pair, but altcoins went up. Looks like a retest to me. And then go down again. So it looks to me like the small altcoin pump is over for now. Might be wrong, of course, right? It might be that we try to test it again and that we break it, but that's usually not how these patterns work. So that being said, let's take a look at a couple of altcoins that might be interesting for you. Cardano, you know, and please, guys, forget these pumps, because these happen all the time, right? All the time. I can name 20 in the last year, right? So they always happen, right? And although they are nice pumps, you only benefit from it if you bought this. But are you risking to buy an asset that's only going down, making lower lows and lower highs all the time, for a small 9% pump in this case, right? I want still not really touch altcoins, to be completely honest. I think it's a little too risky for now, although it's good to see some green in the market, of course. But, you know, if we look at Cardano, with a high, with a lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and this looks like nothing else than a lower high, unless Cardano now, you know, moves above 32, 33 cents and actually close there, right? But that's not really what I'm seeing happen. Cardano Bitcoin pair, like, that's disgusting, to be honest. Like, it doesn't look good. We had a high, we had a high, we had a high, a high. Well, we had a slightly high right here, but in this case it didn't even matter because we still went down. But usually that, you know, lower lows, lower highs are pretty much intact, right? But to make a high right now, we have to pump like, well, 40% or so for Cardano. Some other altcoins, let me take a look at Chainlink. Chainlink's always pretty strong in this bear market though. It's holding up quite good, to be completely honest. If you look at Chainlink, like if we zoom out a little bit, Chainlink is ranging since its low in May, and it's just refusing to break down. So Chainlink is one of the stronger coins out there, looking really good. If there's an altcoin I would buy, then it must be Chainlink. Although I think also this one could get lower, but you know, it's a strong coin. And speaking about strong coins, we have Matic right here. As you can see, Matic is in this range as well since July. Sorry, since July. Broke out once. It closed the week there, but it came back down right in it because of this was the FTX crash, by the way. It dragged Matic right down in this area again, and now it's just bouncing in this area again. So yeah, could it go to around 95 cents? Definitely, absolutely possible. But will it break that? Yeah, you know, maybe fake out, but the odds are just not in our favor for now. Quant, a lot of people interested in Quant as well. Quant is holding up very strong so far in this bear market. I do think that there is a little too much hype for Quant at the moment, and that could pass a little bit, but that little passing of that hype could take Quant down to around like $50 in my opinion. $55 is definitely doable. Yeah, there's a lot to check out right here. One other that I was just checking out was Seedify. Seedify is still in its downtrend as well. It almost bounced off this 75 cents support line. So I'm curious to see what that's going to do. A lot of altcoins also look like this, right? The stochastic RSI very oversold, and it's turning up. If you look at, if you zoom in a little bit, you see that it's, you know, slowly, you know, trying to get back up again. Not saying it will succeed, but Jesus Christ. But it won't stay oversold forever, right? And a lot of altcoins might have a very good pump. Like here, it was also oversold. And when it got back up, Seedify did a 3.5x, for example, right? We are exactly at that point. If I look at the Seedify chart, although the market in general maybe doesn't allow us that. And for the people interested in Seedify, this is the Seedify BNB pair. Let me put on the Heikenhachi candle so you can maybe see it a little bit better. We had one green candle right there, right? The Heikenhachi is not the usual candles, right? You have the candles and then we have more green, 1, 2, 3. Right, so but the Heikenhachi is a very complex tool when it comes to that, but it has a slight better overview, like what's the trend? Is it red? Is it green? Is it red? You don't buy. Is it green? You start to buy, right? And usually it works. You know, we have these exceptions there. So Seedify is still going down. Main target for now is still around 15% lower. 15% lower. Target after that 36% lower. Yeah, compared to BNB, this is, I think it might get there. It was 170 days oversold in this area where we went down completely. Will it get there now as well? We are now sitting at 70 days, so we have 100 days to go. That should be around April. It's a bullshit indicator, I know, but I like it. So maybe around April we start to see, you know, some positive momentum again. That's kind of what I see in the market right now. We could see some small relief rally, but on the other hand, I feel like maybe we should be a little careful and see how this plays out first. Because the big altcoin pumps have already been done, right? Like if you're now buying Solana, for example, I feel like it's kind of stupid. We went all the way down to $8 and we had a pump of like 70% on closing basis right now, right? Well, for so far, but in total we had 75%. Are you going to buy a 75% pumped coin in 1 week, which is now sitting at resistance? Or should you wait till it retraces a little bit? You know, I think you know the answer. I wouldn't touch Solana right now, to be completely honest, but it's totally up to you. I might be wrong about it. I always say that because I'm not good, right? But, you know, this is what I'm seeing for now. Let me know what you think of it. How are you handling the market right now? Are you waiting? Are you buying every dip? Are you doing nothing? Are you being a Bitcoin maxi. I don't know, man. Let me know in the comments. Like the video if you like the video. I dropped my video this afternoon about how to buy the Lithium node. I invested on camera in that node. Big investment, but for me totally worth it. So if you're interested in that, check that out so I can show you how it works right there. For now, have a very nice day and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.